Christie House, a nonprofit organization nestled in the heart of Miami, has developed a support system for victims of sex trafficking and sexual abuse. They foster an atmosphere of hope and provide essential care for children who come in off the streets seeking help.
Our mission is to provide a healing environment for all child victims of sexual abuse and their families.
Underneath the umbrella of Christie House is the commercial sex trafficking division called Project Gold, short for Girls Owning Their Lives and Dreams. Sandy Scalani is the program's founder and head manager.
The easy way to say it is it's a challenging job, but it's heartbreaking and it's incredibly rewarding at the same time.
They come here and, we help bring that stuff out as far as, being able to empower them, being able to encourage them, motivate them and help them see that you can work through this trauma. This does not have to hinder your entire life.
So there's all kinds of progress that can be made from having zero insight to the exploitation to thinking about what it really is and how it's affecting their life. They're thinking about, this isn't a good situation for me and I need to leave. There's all these things that they have to plan. Where am I going to go and how am I going to do this and how is it going to affect me? Then they finally take the chance, right? And they say, okay, I'm going to act. Now acting could be very dangerous for them, for their lives.
You ever been in a situation where you say, I'm done. I can't do this no more? Mm-hmm. It's that situation. When you're tired of being tired and you're tired of the same cycle, the same progress, and you want better. You have that desire to do better, and you want to be successful in something in this life because this life has dealt you a horrible hand.
Certain children are at a greater risk of being swept up into the commercial sex industry. Chronic runaways, substance users, and kids from broken homes have a higher chance of being trafficked.
I would have to say girls that are in foster care probably are at a more greater risk because they have no families or no one to really provide that structured home.
So sometimes these girls go back because it's the only thing that they know how to do to survive at that point.
For Project Gold, the monumental task of rehabilitation is not only about helping victims break free from this cycle of life, but also helping them cope with the lasting effects from being sex trafficked.
A lot of times they're dealing with flashbacks, nightmares, depression. They're feeling isolated, secluded. A lot of times they're being judged by their own family members. Once they come back to the home, they're being told you're nothing but a prostitute, you're good for nothing.
A lot of the running away, the using drugs, the promiscuous behaviors, that's just another form of hiding or covering or coping with the real issue, which is more of the resentment, the feelings of shame, the feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, and the depression that they really feel deep down inside.
It's one thing to get out of their life, but now you have to replace everything.
Another issue facing those in recovery is the stigma placed on them by society, the community, and the law.
We recognize in our law that a child's mind and an adolescent's mind is not developed enough to make a consensual decision to have sex with an adult. But as soon as we add an exchange of money, all of that goes out the window.
It gets really frustrating because a lot of times they see them as a criminal, as a delinquent, as someone who's being defiant. When it comes to the youth, they are victims.
The stigma of prostitution it weighs so heavily on them that even the thought of leaving, gets countered by nobody's going to accept you. Nobody's going to want you. It's time to stop judging and start recognizing the situation for what it is. And it's not black and white. It's black and white in that it's wrong. Exploitation is wrong. But the issue itself is gray and it's messy and it's very hard for people to grasp it sometimes. But at the end of the day, these are our kids that we're talking about.
Recently, Christie House and Project Gold have made strides to strengthen their support system.
We're going to have 6 beds available for now. We'll have 6 beds available for girls that are 12 to 18 or 12 to 17 years old that are being exploited in the sex industry. Any time of night, if they need a safe place to go, they'll be able to call our hotline number and come.
According to the U.S. State Department, it is estimated that 1 in 5 children who are trafficked are males.
A lot of it does go on as far as males. I remember when I went out to do outreach one night, there was one section that was geared towards predominantly homosexuals. I think with anything dealing with abuse, males are less to report, about what's going on, or less to, come forth and be, a little bit more honest about certain things because of the image, society is going to portray towards them.
She. That's what we call them, always she, as if he never walked the same streets with the same beat down soul. As if his love could never be sold, but it can be. Just like everything else, under the right circumstance. Not everyone receives the same chances, but we forget that. So naturally we assume that only she has gone through this, but he suffers too.